Next, we're going to target the deadlift. So on the deadlift, I'll generally recommend starting out with a kettlebell. So I want to really straddle the weights, the handles about halfway between your feet. We're going to try and grab hold of that handle with a nice straight back, chest out. We want your shoulders to be over the handles and not behind it. Okay, if we try to lift it with our hands in front of our shoulders, it's just going to go straight into your lower back. Whereas when we're over the bar or over the kettlebell, then we can use your whole body to brace against and lift together a lot more safely and targeting a lot more muscles. So the aim is going to be to progress from 20 kilos, hopefully up to 40 kilos for 5 to 10 reps with good form, where your back isn't going from straight to rounded through the movement. We're able to hold that straight back the whole time by staying well braced, connecting through the kettlebell before you lift. So we're not going from 0 to 100 straight off the floor. If we can do that well, then we can progress onto the barbell, which hopefully most people will be able to do and just requires a bit of technique, which I'll go through next. Okay, so moving on to the barbell, just requires a bit more technique and a little bit more flexibility, but hopefully the vast majority of people should still be able to give this a go, especially if you've been able to do 40 kilos for that 5 to 10 rep target. So we're going to have 40 kilos and we're going to try and use these big, thick plates if your gym has them available. And what this does is it lifts the bar off the right amount of height off the ground, where most people can access this exercise with as minimal risk of injury as possible. Whereas when it's done with those smaller weights, it's a lot harder to get into a good position to lift that bar off the ground. So to start with, we're going to go down at your feet, and the barbell should go in a line across that widest part of your foot. Once we're in position here, we're then going to come down, grab the barbell about shoulder width apart, and then we're going to try and set your hips so they're just below your shoulders with a nice straight back. Then once we've got those hips into position, we're going to brace into the bar like we did with the kettlebell deadlift, and then lift up nice and smoothly. We're not going to lean back too much, we're not going to lean forwards too much at the top of the rep. We want our hips stacked underneath your shoulders nicely at the top, and we're not high and tensed with your arms and shoulders. Then as we lower the rep down, we're going to try and push your knees back initially and lean over. So we're actually hinging first to put the weight down, and we're not trying to squat the weight down, because again the bar will go forwards in front of your shoulders, and then we'll get that pain in your lower back. Whereas if we hinge, we keep the bar underneath your shoulders, and again we can use your whole body to lower the weight down safely. If you can do this well and competently for 5 reps, then you can start to slowly increase the weight until you're finding that kind of 8 out of 10 form, where you're getting towards the limit of being able to hold your back in a good position. It might be starting to round slightly through the movement. If you're getting to that point, then I'd recommend you stop, build up the reps a bit more slowly so you're accruing higher volumes, begin with building some more muscle mass, building some strength, going slow with your steps before building to those heavier weights and then resetting. If you would like this structured out for you, as well as me start to actually coach you on these movements specifically and learn how to set up your training for long-term success, you can check out the Strength with Structure Kickstart, which starts to show you all of that. The link will be in the description,